It is another gorgeous day on the historic campus of Tuskegee University in Tuskegee, Alabama, the number 3 HBCU in the nation, and we're live on this campus as you take a look at some of the shots of this fabulous campus. And inside of this building, the Chappie James Center, is where we're located for Golden Tigers basketball on a Saturday afternoon as the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee get set to host the Yellow Jackets of Allen University in women's basketball. Welcome courtside, everybody. Charles Ward alongside Mark Lassiter with the play call. And last, welcome inside Chappie James.
Well, thank you very much. Happy holidays to you.
Thank you. And as we welcome you in, it's going to be even more of a welcome for this Golden Tiger women's basketball team to get their first conference win against the number 1 team in the East.
And this is going to be quite a task for Tuskegee this afternoon. Allen comes in at 7-3, talking to head coach before the game. This is going to be one of the toughest tests for the Tuskegee basketball team.
And they'll have to do it after coming off of a disappointing loss against the Lady Tigers of Benedict on Thursday. Lost that one at the buzzer, 52-51. You're a former athlete. You know how that plays into your psyche.
Well, you got to think about the carryover. We think back to the men's basketball game against Clark Atlanta, how they lost that game. The women with a heartbreaker. The challenge is to forget about that game, come out this afternoon strong.
They will come out this afternoon strong if they get the consistent play of Brittany Bolden, who has been consistent for them all season long, the grad student, a big leader for the Golden Tigers.
Interesting thing about Tuskegee, Charles, they have 3 grad students on this roster, and thinking about the leadership that they can provide, it's going to be key for Bolden to decide where to pick her spots in scoring and where she has to lead the team.
And speaking of leading that team, Helani Cantone, the transfer from Kentucky State, has really contributed to that Golden Tiger offense and defense.
Cantone has been very effective. She's a versatile ball player, scoring and rebounding, as well as assists. So Cantone is going to be a key this afternoon for Tuskegee.
A big key for Tuskegee is what they are going to be able to do defensively to stop the Yellow Jackets of Allen. They go around to Leah Wesley. Wesley leads them in scoring and rebounding. She is a real threat.
Here's the thing that pops out about Wesley. She averages 40% from three-point range. She shoots 43% from the field goal range. But it's interesting, somebody shooting that high from 3, that's a dangerous weapon.
We will see what the Golden Tigers can do to nullify her or just to neutralize her play with the Yellow Jackets of Allen University. Basketball just ahead. Golden Tigers getting set to host the Yellow Jackets of Allen University. That's all on GTSN next.
Hey, future business leader. Launch your success story at one of the nation's premier HBCUs. Learn cutting-edge practices and feed your entrepreneurial spirit. Tuskegee University. We get the business of business education.
We're live inside Chappie James, getting set for women's basketball. Doubleheader action this Saturday afternoon as the Golden Tigers get set to meet the Yellow Jackets of Allen University in women's action first. Take a look at the starting lineups. The TNT Fire. Nari Cole, the senior, she'll go in front court for them. Myra Johnson, the senior from Valdosta, in that starting lineup as well. Ebony Clay, the freshman from Portland, Oregon, starts. Juju Harrington, the senior, she had a really good year for them last year. Talia Wesley, the all-leader for that team, points-wise and rebounding, she'll go for them, as well as Talon Claiborne for the Yellow Jackets, coached by Olivia Jones. So it's Johnson, Clay, Harrington, Wesley, and Claiborne, the 5 for the Yellow Jackets of Allen University. Now the starting lineup for the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee. It's a familiar one. LaDeja Hughley, the senior from Opelika, Alabama. She'll start out front. She'll be assisted by Helani Cantone, the grad student from Apopka, Florida, out in the front court for them. It'll be Samaya Mackin, the junior from Columbus, Georgia, at the wing. And Brittany Bolden, the grad student from Trophy Club, Texas. And rounding out the 5, it's the grad student, Jasmine Manuel. So it's Hughley, Cantone, Mackin, Bolden, and Manuel, the 5 for Coach Ciante Wester. And the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee. Tuskegee 3-7, 0-3 in the conference. Yellow Jackets at 7-3 and 3-1. They are number 1 in the East at this moment. So a big challenge for the Golden Tigers as we get set for basketball action. It'll be Manuel jumping in on the inside, and she will go up against Claiborne for the Yellow Jackets, and just about set for basketball action. We're underway. Glad you could join us on the Golden Tiger Sports Network. Charles Ward, Mark Lassiter with the play call. Feels so good to be able to call your name, Lassiter, and have you here at courtside.
Feels good to be back as Allen going to an immediate woman-to-woman defense.
Inside Manuel with the basketball. Lost it momentarily. Now back out front to Hughley. Hughley works it right side. LaDeja, 5'5", transfer from Old Dominion. Now Mackin inside the paint. Samaya to the rack, got it to the cylinder, but missed on that shot on the inside.
Tremendous defensive pressure by Allen on that last possession by Tuskegee.
Half-court set now for Allen. They'll run it left side. Jumper there by Myra Johnson. That one's off the mark. Tuskegee clears that errant shot, coming back the other way. Down in the corner, Cantone up top now to Bolin with her first touch on the offensive end. Cantone circles top of the key now, slides right side, head fake by Helani to the glass. The spinner won't stay, but it'll stay with Tuskegee on their end of the floor.
Look for pregame clues, Charles. During the warm-ups, Allen spent about 10 minutes just working on passing drills before they even took a shot. They were very crisp in their pregame rehearsal.
Hughley out front for Tuskegee, front of the iron on the three-point effort there by LaDeja. Scoreless here in this first period of play. Hughley with a steal at the sideline. 1-on-2 basketball. LaDeja drew a foul left side from Myra Johnson.
Tuskegee likes to set up in a half-court offense, but that time taking advantage on the break opportunity up the steal, went directly to the basket. Something Tuskegee likes to focus on. They want to be effective in the half-court offense, but when the opportunity is there, get out and run with it.
And LaDeja certainly capable of running it up and down the floor. The speedy senior at the line. First free throw is good by her. First points of the ball game belong to the Golden Tigers.
We talked about it at the pregame, Charles. Allen coming in at 7-3. This is a huge test for the Golden Lady Tigers of Tuskegee.
Hughley with them both from the line, so Tuskegee with their early 2-0 lead. LaDeja 53% shooting from the line, got them both that trip. Tuskegee as a team from the free throw line at 71%. Half-court set now for the Yellow Jackets.
Tuskegee also playing a matchup zone on defense.
Floater in the paint. Shots off the mark by Wesley. They fight for it, and Jasmine comes clear with it for Tuskegee. Hughley left side, left it short on the cylinder, and a lifted whistle down low on this end of the floor.
Hughley patting herself on the chest saying, my bad, she had the spin, the open opportunity on the layup and just bricked it a little bit short going to the hoop, but Tuskegee does maintain possession.
It will be Bolin to inbound it right on the cylinder. Brittany will push it out front to Hughley. Across the floor, Cantane, double B in the corner, got space, jumper, spinner, stays on the cylinder and won't go down the other way.
Had a wide open corner three, just didn't drop as you mentioned.
Half-court set now, Yellow Jackets throw the basketball away.
You think about the holiday season, Charles, these players are all sacrificing time they should have been spending with their families to play during this holiday break. A testament to the commitment it takes for a varsity athlete.
Nice call on that, but you can bet they'll be getting out of town after this one. Inside, Mackin, left side, Samaya can't get it to stay. Jasmine on the follow-up, and she's there for the basket for Tuskegee.
Nice board by Jasmine. Adjusts her hair on her way up the court. She got whacked on the side of the head. No foul called.
Jasmine's numbers are down a bit just in terms of scoring per ball game. Still leads the team in rebounding at 7 per contest, but they want to get her point production up more as they look toward the second half of the season. Tuskegee with a 4-0 lead. Allen half-court set, entry pass at the block. That's nicely done. They work it down low, and they got the lay in there from Clayton.
Excellent passing around the perimeter, as you mentioned. Allen with their heads up, making that long cross-court pass that set up the layup.
So back the other way. Mackin foul line extended. She can't convert there. And here come the Yellow Jackets back the other way.
Tuskegee's getting open looks, Charles. They're just not able to sink them so far. Macklin had a wide open look from about 20 feet out.
So Tuskegee now with the basketball after another miss on the inside by the Yellow Jackets. Bolin up top. 17 to shoot. Slides left side. Nice bounce in the pass to Samaya. Back up top to LaDeja. Now across the floor, Bolin. Slide pass at the rack. Jasmine one-on-one at the block on Timbor. Now back to Brittany. Shuttle. Jumper off the mark. Shot clock violation for Tuskegee.
It's always about the matchup, Charles. One of the early matchups to watch is Shemaya Macklin working against Leah Wesley of Allen. Wesley is the leading scorer for Allen, but also very effective on defense. That's going to be something to keep an eye on.
Substitutions on the floor now for Coach Wester and Tuskegee. First spot of duty for Danielle Bolton, the junior from Chicago, in this afternoon's ball game. She'll replace Amaya in the lineup. Danielle about averaging just over 4 minutes of play per ball game for Tuskegee. Right side for the Yellow Jackets, that's Morgan Smith. The freshman missed on her shot. Halani clears for Tuskegee. Here comes LaDeja, right side, all the way to the rack this time. She got the lay-in right side.
Yulee with a nice move to the right side with a scoop for the hoop.
Her first two in the ball game. Tuskegee with a 6-2 lead as we go down to 5:39 left first period of play. Circling back up top, it's Jambor with the basketball now. She'll work inside, got bumped. Tuskegee fighting for the rebound. Danielle got it. She's tied up in the backcourt. We go back the other way with a foul.
Wesley tried to go with the nice reverse spin move. Got a little bit out of control, but Wesley, the leading scorer for Allen, trying to pull off a little magic inside. Didn't get glass. Tuskegee takes over on offense.
Wesley guilty of that foul for the Yellow Jackets. They jump into full court pressure. Alani over to Brittany. Now across the timeline to Danielle. Alani got a lane right side. It closes, but she takes that extra step. Got it to the cylinder.
Just getting ready to say, a lot of contact in this game early. The referees are calling a little bit loosely during the holiday season.
So that'll be Clayton. She'll pick up that foul for the Yellow Jackets. That's her first. So Cantone at the line to shoot for Tuskegee. Alani at 63% from the stripe, got that first one to fall.
Cantone, one of the three amigos, the three graduate students on the Tuskegee roster. She's one of the leading players. The challenge for Cantone is to decide when to pick her spots. When does she lead? When does she look for an offense?
Missed on that second free throw. Tuskegee with a 7-2 lead. And quickly back the other way for the Yellow Jackets. It's Smith right side. Now they push it across the floor. Clay jumper there, rattled it good for the Yellow Jackets.
Ebony Clay was taking a lot of time in pregame working on that court shot, that corner jumper, which is the shortest distance. That time she drains it.
Cantone left side, lead behind it in the corner to Bobbitt, the leading three-point shooter for Tuskegee. Left it on the front of the iron. And a rebound over to the Yellow Jackets. They run it out the floor, left side to the glass. Shot by Clay, won't fall. And bodies colliding down in the paint on the Yellow Jacket end of the floor.
Clay tried to stop and pop right outside the three-point line. Had a open look, but just drew the iron. Tuskegee getting an early substitution in. Looks like they're going to get two players in from the sideline.
Basketball will belong to the Yellow Jackets, but they'll have it after the timeout. Media timeout here inside Chappie Chain. 4:32 remains first period. 7-4 lead for the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee. More basketball ahead on GTSN.
Tuskegee University's founder, Booker T. Washington, said, "Excellence is to do a common thing in an uncommon way." At many universities, big classes are common. Not at Tuskegee. We have small classes with a 14-to-1 average student-to-teacher ratio. This formula for excellence ensures individualized attention. You get to know your professors, and they get to know you well enough to recommend you for internships, research, graduate programs, and job opportunities. Small classes, big impact. It's all part of educational excellence at Tuskegee University.
Live inside Chappie James, the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee as they break toward the court, leading at 7-4 over the Yellow Jackets of Allen University. Allen 7-3 overall and 3-1 in the SIAC. They come in number 1 in the East. And we referenced it in the pregame mark, a big challenge for the Golden Tigers. So far up to it, they lead 7-4.
A little bit helter-skelter to start off with, Charles. A little bit out of control on both sides. There have been some open looks, some missed open looks. Be a minute before both these offenses seem to want to settle down. Here's Ebony once again from outside. Had an open look, but just missed it.
Clay can't convert. Tuskegee back the other way. Boland with the basketball. Right side, Alexandria Johnson out on the floor. In the corner to Sine. Sine tried to get it inside to Danielle, and they took it away from her. And Yellow Jackets back the other way, running the floor and a whistle. Morgan Smith on that penetration that time for the Yellow Jackets.
Looking at Malaysia Williams for Tuskegee, took a nasty fall contesting that fast break for Allen. She actually wound up at the base of the stands on the baseline, slid all the way. She got up, not too worse for the wear, but aggressive defending on the break for Tuskegee.
Smith missed on the second shot, but the Yellow Jackets get a rebound, and on the inside, they try to work it inside to Wesley, and it's taken away. Good defensive work on the inside by Danielle Boughton for Tuskegee. Alexandria in the front court now, guarded by Ebony Clay. Entry pass there inside to Danielle. Danielle head fake, left-hand floater, can't get it to fall. And here come the Yellow Jackets.
Danielle Bolton trying to go to the left hand that time inside the post.
3:38 remains first period of play. On the move now, it's Smith. Jumper right side, and she knocked it down for the Yellow Jackets, her first field goal.
Decision by Smith. She had an open look, decided to make the pump fake, got closer, drains the shot.
Tied at 7 and a throwaway in the backcourt there. Ebony Johnson threw it away, and the Yellow Jackets with a chance to claim their first lead of the ball game. Sliding through the paint, the whistle on the penetration by Wesley at the left block.
Talia Wesley with an aggressive move. She's the leading scorer for Allen. She wears number 24, very acrobatic player. A lot of tools in her toolbox in terms of offensive weapons.
Mark, they call that foul on Sine Bobbitt. Bobbitt, the senior from Killeen, Texas, sends Talia Wesley, the senior from Blakely, Georgia, to the line for the Yellow Jackets. Blakely misses on the front end of 2. She's at 87% from the free throw line for Allen. And 1 of 2 from the line that trip.
Talked about it during the pregame. Wesley's also shooting 40% from three-point range. Excellent percentage.
Cantone in the backcourt and almost threw the basketball away. Bounce pass across the floor, nicely done by Houghton, and got it into the hands of Alyssa Green-White, and Alyssa gets her first field goal of the ball game, assist to LaDeja. Entry pass taken away. Cantone on the floor for Tuskegee. Saves it back to Green-White. Tuskegee with a good defensive stand there. Zubi Taco's turnover there by the Yellow Jackets gives it to Tuskegee.
Allen picking up full court. Forced the turnover on the time violation by Tuskegee, but they're playing an extremely aggressive version of our defense.
Just in front of our scores table will be Ebony Clay, the freshman, to inbound it for the Yellow Jackets. Out front with the basketball, Morgan Smith, the freshman from Greensboro for Allen. 2:30 remains first period. On the move, Wesley to the glass and got it to fall.
Wesley with a nice spin move. Had a defender on her back. Got space down low.
Bolden, bounce pass at the block. Bolton with it. She's fouled from behind.
Is it just me, or are the referees calling this game a little bit loosely? There's a lot of contact early in this first quarter.
Yeah, got that Christmas spirit, huh? Just giving.
What you'll see is players will adjust to that style. If they're going to let them play, players will start to mix it up even more.
Sure. Cantone out front for Tuskegee now. We're at 2:07 remains first period of play. Bolton surveys. On the turn is Cantone. Alani squares with the jumper, but a whistle before.
The challenge for Tuskegee is that some interesting matchups on the court, Charles. Even in the low post, you see the size matchup is just about dead even between the two squads. So Tuskegee trying to get the ball into the post, they're going to have to do it with Chris passing.
Half court set for the Yellow Jackets. Inside, they got it into the hands of Smith, but she was a little bit off balance there, missed on the shot, but they get another look at it as Wesley rattles a jumper near the free throw line.
Wesley with the hang on that last shot. Stayed in the air, just a quick extra second to get that shot off.
Cantone inside the paint now tries to push back out to Bolin with 1:30 remaining first period. Tuskegee trailing 12-9. Bolin right side, dumped it down low difficult pass to get it into the hands of Bolton inside.
Is that contact inside the low post? A lot of banging going on.
On the penetration left side, this is Sadie Williams, and Williams has that rejected on the inside. Good defensive work by Bolton. Now Cantone, right side for Tuskegee with 65 seconds left in the first period. 3-second violation. Danielle trying to get some space on the inside, stayed in too long.
You get the feeling between these two teams that each one is trying to see which they can assert their personality on this game by picking up the pace. They're playing just on the fringe of a little bit out of control, both teams on offense.
So the Yellow Jackets now, under a minute remaining in the first period, leading at 12-9. This is Morgan Smith with the basketball. They dump it down low inside, trying to get it into the hands of Casey Smith, and a whistle on the inside.
Here's that rugged low post play again. A lot of bodying down low by Tuskegee, trying to prevent Lane from getting deep inside.
In the corner now, Wesley fires a three-pointer, hit the back of the iron on that one. Mackin runs down the errant shot for Tuskegee.
Tuskegee
Lost
trouble with
her
the ball
dribble in the
pressure.
back court. Brittany right side, slide pass across the floor. Trinity runs that one down. Now she's in the corner. 26 seconds left in this first period of play. 10 to shoot for Tuskegee. Hughley works off a screen left side underneath the defense, and she got some space for the lay-in.
Using the body to lead that time and get the nice flip shot.
Quick step by her to get to the rack. 4 for her in this first period. 4 seconds left in this first period. Morgan Smith, the long-range jumper, can't find the cylinder there. So we played one period of basketball. Tuskegee trailing at 12-11 to the Yellow Jackets of Allen University. Take a look at this play by Hughley, final basket of this first period.
Watch the body control as Hughley sees the matchup, gets the pick, drives inside. Watch that body control.
Underneath that defense to finish nicely. She finished with 4. Tuskegee trails by 1. Take a break here on GTSN. Into the second period we go. The Golden Tigers of Tuskegee trailing the Yellow Jackets of Allen University. SIAC action here on a Saturday afternoon. Charles Ward, Mark Lassiter on the Golden Tigers Sports Network. Allen starts second period action. Morgan Smith with it out front. Tuskegee dropped into a zone defense to start the second period. Wesley down in the corner. Smith with it across the floor now. Foul line extended, jumper there, and she found the range for the Yellow Jackets.
Nice form on the jumper by Morgan Smith of Allen, right at the top of the key.
Layton with it, right side Mackin. Samaya back up to Bolin. Bolin down in the corner to Hughley. Now Mackin works to left base, and a whistle down low.
Coaches got to be thinking about trying to get players to make the pass with less dribble. Last possession for Allen, they got the offense generated by making the pass as they did in their pregame warm-ups. Little dribbling, hit the open woman. Tuskegee on that last possession did the same thing, trying to look for the open spot without dribbling or over-dribbling the ball on offense.
Mackin will be at the line for Tuskegee. And Samaya knocks down that first free throw for the Golden Tigers. Her first points of the ball game. Samaya, 74% from the free throw line on the season. Second, same result. Got them both. And it's a 14-13 lead now for the Yellow Jackets. Smith with the basketball. She'll work right side. All the way through. Lost her dribble. Top of the key. Wesley's free. Wesley rattled the jumper there. Missed on the shot. And the team's leading rebounder, Jasmine Manuel, clears for Tuskegee. Up the floor to Hughley. On a weave, Bolden. Spent by her, got to space, double B, missed on the jumper, foul line extended.
Got the pick from Macklin, just couldn't do anything with it on the jumper.
Clay handles for Yellow Jackets. Out front, Smith with a three-point shot, rattled it, and it stayed good for her.
That's
and
a
Allen
friendly
University.
bounce. That's the bounce you're supposed to get at home, not on the road.
Mackin here near the sideline, tied up there. Foul will be called. Call that foul on Smith for the Yellow Jackets. That's her first. So half-court set now for Tuskegee. Cantone behind the arc, left side across the floor to Bolin. Bolin had it tipped from behind. She kicked it out of bounds, and the basketball over to Allen University.
Again, Bolin with the dribble, just dribbled it off her left foot and out of bounds, giving the ball over to Allen. Tuskegee's got to be thinking, let's dribble in the half court. Let's see if we can get some picks down low and get players open without trying to force the dribble inside.
Turnover there gives it back over to the Yellow Jackets. They lead it 17-13.
Allen trying to work the ball outside the zone. There's an open jumper.
And that one by Clay is off the mark. Mackin got it, and she's tied up down low by Morgan Smith. Tuskegee right now with 8 turnovers early in this basketball game.
Macklin had excellent position inside, got a hand on the ball. Tuskegee will continue this possession with the arrow in their favor.
Full court pressure by the Yellow Jackets. Hughley with it in the backcourt for Tuskegee. Play has stopped momentarily.
Seems to be some confusion on which direction the arrow was actually pointed in. The scoreboard buzzer went off just as Tuskegee was inbounding the basketball. Now the officials are sorting it out right at the top of the key.
Yeah, we get a shot at the scores table there, right there in the middle. One of the officials indicating with his hands that the arrow should have been the other way, and it should have been Allen's basketball.
So there's a correction of the correction, but there is no correction as Tuskegee still maintains possession of the ball. They'll inbound just to our left.
Yeah, they'll keep it. Looks like that'll be set for the next tie-up. The arrow going that way. Full court pressure by the Yellow Jackets. 7:50 remains. Alexandria Johnson out on the floor now for Coach Wester and Tuskegee. Gives it to Hughley. Deja inside the paint. Cantone raises, fires a three, rattles it good for Tuskegee.
Give credit to Hughley working off the pick, finding the open woman with the open look for Tuskegee. Great shot.
Lonnie from out front. First field goal of the ball game. Cuts the deficit to 1. Left corner now, Smith with it. A correction out on the floor for the Yellow Jackets. It's Juju Harrington down low inside. Harrington to the rack and a whistle.
Harrington made the pass. She was calling for the pick inside, got it back, gets to the rack and to the foul line. But that was an excellent play design by Allen that time with the 2-woman game.
Hughley picks up that foul. His team showing why it's number 1 in the East. And incidentally, Mark, they defeated the defending champs in the Golden Bears of Miles College on Thursday coming into today's ball game.
If there's any characteristic of this Allen team, it's the passing game. They worked on it during pregame, as we mentioned, but you can see that once they get into sync, they're working off of picks, a lot less dribbling than what Tuskegee has been doing. They're just able to move the ball and hit somebody open.
Harrington got both free throws for Allen University, so they lead 20-16 now with 7:10 left.
Also bringing full court pressure now off the free throw.
Jasmine across the timeline gets it to Alexandria Johnson. Right side, Cantone again for 3. Halani, same result. Knocks down the triple for Tuskegee.
Cantone had an open look from the right side, claps her hands off, making the 3. She said, that's what I'm talking about.
So back-to-back threes for Halani. Transition into this program from Kentucky State. Slow start for her, but she is certainly coming around as this first half of the season unfolds. Half-court set now. Harrington jumper right side, and she got it.
Another open look, another made basket.
Still at the midcourt by Morgan Smith. 2-on-1 basketball. Mackin kicks it out of bounds after the turnover at midcourt.
Smith had Ebony Clay breaking open on the right side. Excellent defense by Tuskegee to get a hand and or a foot in the way of that last pass. Allen will maintain possession, but they had the 2-on-1 break.
So half-court set for the Yellow Jackets. Out on the floor for them, Maya Johnson, the senior, back out. Tuskegee dropped into its zone, jumper out front. That was very easy for Myra Johnson. Just got on the floor and knocked down an easy jumper.
Give credit to Juju Harrington making the pick, led to the open shot.
Cantone with pressure across the timeline, works it left side, right hand lay in, back-to-back field goals for Alani.
The graduate student says this is how you do it when you've been in school a little bit longer than the others.
Yeah. 2 3-pointers and follows that up with the lay in left side. Half-court set now for the Yellow Jackets. Down in the corner, Wesley knocks down a triple for them. Wesley, you talked about her being dangerous in terms of
Wesley
behind the arc.
with the
Got
deep
it there.
three.
It's 5:36 remains in this first half. A timeout on the floor. Tuskegee trailing at 26-21 to the Yellow Jackets. We'll take a break here on GTSN.
Hey, are you fixing the power?
Yep, I'm gonna get the lights back on.
You can't hear me now,
Yeah.
tomorrow.
My power went out and I have to start level 14 all over again in our game.
Can't hear me?
Yeah. Why didn't mine go out?
Well, we have this technology that can stop an outage in its tracks.
Why?
So less people will be affected during the outage.
Why?
So you can make the level
Check
15.
1 2 3 1 2
Come
3.
on, Brian. Let's go to your house and keep playing.
Say something.
Good luck, guys.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Live here inside Chappie James, 21-26. Tuskegee trailing the Yellow Jackets of Allen University in SIAC basketball action. Glad you could join us on the Golden Tigers Sports Network. Golden Tigers looking for their first conference win against the #1 team in the East. Tuskegee having some difficulty with that full court pressure by the Yellow Jackets of Allen.
Allen has done an excellent job so far disguising their defenses, sometimes picking up full court, sometimes at half court. Right now, they're bringing the full court pressure. Watch Tuskegee as they just get the ball over the half court line.
Alexandria Johnson down in the corner. Now back up top to Boland. She'll work off of a screen by Bolton. Now Johnson with it in the corner. Alexandria on the move, and she's bumped at the baseline. No, she created some contact or stepped on the inbound line.
The key for Tuskegee Charles is floor spacing. Once Allen brings pressure, they've got to make sure that their offense does not get bunched up into one area. They've got to be able to swing the ball from one side of the court to the other.
Yellow Jackets on their side of the court now. Johnson on to Harrington. Now on a weave. Wesley with it. Weave bumped into Boland. Boland trying to square her up, but she'll be guilty of the foul.
Wesley stopped. Macklin couldn't put on the brakes and just ran into her, knocking her to the court. She's a little bit woozy as we get this sorted out, but Macklin will have the ball. Allen will have the ball under their basket, out of bounds.
Clay to inbound it up top to Wesley. She'll go right side to Johnson. Johnson back to Clay now. We're at 4:53. Wesley, floater in the paint, tapped around. Good defensive stand on the inside there by Danielle Bolton for Tuskegee. LaDeja Hughley up the floor now to Johnson. Alexandra got space, jumper right side. Oh, yeah. Alexandria's first field goal of the ball game.
She stopped and popped as Casey Smith couldn't stop in time to get a hand up. Nice open jumper by Tuskegee.
Half court set now for the Yellow Jackets. They work it inside to Smith. Now across the floor. Clay rejected on the inside. That's a Yellowwood block shot on the inside for Tuskegee. Here comes Alexandria again, right side of the floor. Up top, Boland. She's free. Foul line extended. Boland had a good look there. Couldn't put that down. That's almost automatic for her.
Rare to see Allen try to actually force a play. That time, Ebony Clay tried to take it in against 3 defenders inside. Didn't have much success. Again, a lot of contact inside the paint.
So back the other way now. Allen with the basketball. They lead it by 3. We're under 4 minutes remaining in the quick-moving first half. Wesley lost it. Clay's the closest person. She'll run it down. 12 to shoot for Allen. Johnson fires from outside, back of the iron, but the rebound to Harrington, and they'll get a fresh 20. Entry pass at the block. Smith rejected inside. Another yellow with a block on the inside by Danielle Bowden for Tuskegee.
Give credit to Tuskegee that time, Charles, on the double team, as Allen had possession almost inside the three-point line, but the Tuskegee defense takes over.
3:36 remain as Hughley departs the basketball game. Cantone back out for Coach Wesley. Boland up the floor. Alexander free at the block is Sine. Sine with an easy lay-in right side.
That's the look that Tuskegee needed. Make the pass without the dribble. Find the open woman inside for the easy layup.
3:18 remains now, first half of play. Tuskegee trailing by a point. Johnson foul unextended, missed on her jumper. There's Bolton there for a rebound. Outlet pass to Bolton. Brittany Boland. Brittany right side now. She's bumped by Wesley trying to catch up with that play.
Wesley looking back at the officials like, what did I do? Well, you just caught her with the shoulder.
You did something. So that's Wesley's second personal in this first half of play.
I want to see a basketball player one time have a foul call and say, okay, yeah, it was my fault.
Sure.
I did it. Raise your hand like in the old days.
That's rare. Entry pass, and they had it taken away at the block. Here comes Johnson back the other way for the Yellow Jackets. One-on-one against another Johnson, Alexandria for Tuskegee, and Alexandria commits the foul.
Alexandria actually did an excellent job of backpedaling on defense. Got that left hand in just a little early on the swipe. Coaches like to tell players, if you're going to swipe from low to high, not from high to low. You'll get that one called all the time.
Myra Johnson, the senior from Valdosta, with the first free throw, and she is good on that. Johnson at 88% from the free throw line. And she knocked them both down for Allen University.
Allen bringing the pressure once again.
Boland pats it right side. Back out, Bobbitt for 3. Sine, long range, can't fall. Danielle trying to save that basketball for Tuskegee, but better positioning on the inside by Smith, and they come back the other way. Yellow Jackets leading it with 2:33 remaining first half. Across the floor, they push it. Morgan Smith with it. Three-point shot from out front, pushed by Smith, is off the mark. But a good job there by Harrington to step in and give them a fresh 20. Double dribble call there on Morgan Smith. Basketball over to Tuskegee now.
Excellent move by Allen. They got a decent look on the pick and pop. Just weren't able to complete it. As we go almost at 2 minutes to go, this has been a very closely contested game. 28-25, Allen.
Here comes Alexandria Johnson across the timeline. Had it tapped from behind. It'll trickle out of bounds and stay with Tuskegee.
If there's going to be any discussion at halftime, Charles, Tuskegee's going to have to be thinking about how they solve the variety of pressures that Allen's bringing on defense. They're getting a lot of hands on some of their passes.
2:08 remains in the first half. Cantone with it down in the corner. Tuskegee trailing 28-25. Delani slides left side. Bobbitt in the corner now to LaDeja. 9 to shoot. LaDeja threw the basketball away. It was tipped. Good to work by Juju Harrington. Tuskegee, though, obliging on their end of the floor, and they take it right back. So they call that foul on Morgan Smith, and she picks up her first. So it'll be Cantone to inbound it for Tuskegee. 1:46 remaining. Double B with it in the backcourt. Picked up by Johnson as she slides left side. Up top, Bobbitt on the move. Sine, hard push to the rack, missed with the left-hand shot, but drew the whistle.
Bobbitt is covered by Maya Johnson of Allen, who kept her hands up after that last call as if to send a signal to the ref. Okay, I'm backpedaling. I have my hands up. Did I really get her with the body?
They got 2 fouls on her, so she got her. So Bobbitt at the line to shoot with 1:34 left, first half of play.
That's one of those body language complaints. Sometimes you can be verbal with the official, or sometimes you can use that body language to say, okay, I'm going to make a point that I was in good defending position.
And you know those officials, they have long memories as these ball games unfold, depending on how you impress them with what you do with your body language.
Well, one thing officials do not like is when you try to show them up. They're going to make the call and say, okay, just behave.
Bobbitt got one of the free throws, so makes it 28-26 now. With 84 seconds left, first half of play. Smith, hard dribble, left side, lost it on the floor. LaDeja comes away with it. Outlet pass to Brittany. Brittany slides all the way through right side, off balance, then she missed the shot. Alani comes down hard on the surface, trying to save it.
Morgan Smith for Allen is still down at the opposite end of the court. She has a difficult time. She's struggling with her left ankle. I'm surprised the training staff is just sauntering out onto the court. Nobody's actually rushing to treat her. She was down as that last play concluded, and then we saw 2 players down for Tuskegee on the next possession.
Nice call, because Alani Cantone was down on that end too, and holding the back of her head after she tried to save that errant lay-in from Boland. She took a hard fall.
We've seen a lot of contact from the opening tip of this game. I'm just not happy with how the training staff responded as it just sauntered onto the court. If I have a player down for that long, I want to sprint out and see what's wrong with her.
Well, they were probably like me. I didn't have any idea she was down. All the focus was on the other end of the floor. So much action down there. But coming up is Morgan Smith, the freshman. And she's favoring that right ankle coming off of the floor.
Well, she's not able to put any pressure on it. She's being helped off by 2 of the trainers for Allen. And again, that was a tremendous fall that she took on the opposite end, leading to the next foul call.
See if we can't get a look at maybe what happened on the end of the floor.
I don't want to see her turning her ankle.
Not able to pick that up on a replay. So the basketball on the half-court set now. And in the corner now. That basket ties the basketball even at 28. I believe that was Boland in the corner with that field goal for Tuskegee to tie it.
Under a minute.
Clay with it out front, works it on the inside to Nari Coe, and a whistle inside.
Coe was trying to put the ball on the floor, actually dribbled it off her leg. Allen will maintain possession.
Johnson, the senior, set to inbound it, pushes it in the corner to Clay. Ebony Clay on the move, back to Johnson now. All squaring is Clay from outside, missed on the shot. Boland runs it down in the corner for Tuskegee. Tuskegee with a chance to claim a lead here before the intermission. Boland works it left side. Guarded by Johnson. Brittany on the move. Hard push there. Back up top, Cantone. Alani working off of her screen, left side, tried to dump it across the floor to Bolton, and it's out of bounds off of the Yellow Jackets. Tuskegee 13 to shoot.
Once again, Allen coming with ball pressure as Cantone was trying to weave her way inside from the left-hand side. They just had their hands up and made that pass very difficult.
Mack and in the corner, up top to Hughley. 10 to shoot now for Tuskegee. LaDeja back to Boland, 6 to shoot. Brittany trying to work it inside the paint. Jumper there by Boland, and the grad student spins it good for the Yellow Jackets. Knew what she was facing, answered the challenge there to give Tuskegee a 2-point lead. And the Yellow Jackets won't get that one off before the buzzer, and Tuskegee fired up as a result of that basket, which gives them a lead at the break. 30 to 28 over the #1 team in the East, the Yellow Jackets of Allen University. Good first half of basketball for Coach Wester and the Golden Tigers. They'll go into the locker room leading it 30-28. And we'll take a break here on GTSN. Everybody on the Golden Tiger Sports Network at halftime. Glad you could join us for our continuing coverage. And it was a great joy for me to catch up earlier in the week with one of the alumni associations. This one, the Metro New York Alumni Association, led by their president, AJ Woodson, who joins us now on GSN. AJ, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me, Charles.
Well, let's start out with the obvious. Tuskegee alum, talk about the year that you graduated and what it meant for you to be a part of that Tuskegee family as a student.
So I graduated Tuskegee 2010 with my bachelor's in sales and marketing around Tuskegee, so it's kind of in my blood. So to say that Tuskegee is a family for me is kind of an understatement. It's almost like it's not a choice for me. I don't have a choice in the matter.
Kind of a double whammy, if you will, or a double hit as a native of Tuskegee and then attending school there. What's the reason about being a student at Tuskegee?
I think one of the unique things that I always tell students when I'm doing college fairs and recruiting up here in the Northeast is that Tuskegee is unique in the fact that it's not in a large city. We don't have, all of the so-called modern amenities. There's not clubs all over the place. There's not all these places to hang out. So we do a really good job of making our own fun. Our social aspect that we have on campus is very unique, and it's second to none because of the fact that we have to, really make our own fun and socialize more than some of the other colleges in the bigger cities kind of do. They have the option to just, go out to the mall or go out to a club or go out to a bar or something. But at Tuskegee, we kind of are incubated in our own little space. So that brings us closer together. And I think that makes us a little bit more tight knit than others.
Your affinity to Tuskegee as a native of the city and having attended there really now is stretched over into this third phase of your life, if you will. And now you've used all that to work yourself into a position of being the president of the Metro New York chapter. Talk about what led you to want to for that position in New York.
It's actually a unique story in itself. I didn't actually ask for this. I was kind of thrust into the position, which is why at this point now, I've been the president now for I think about 3 or 4 years. I've just embraced it because I've been living in New York now for 10 years. For the first couple of years that I was up here, I was not attached to any alumni chapter. Just, moving into New York from Alabama. So, kind of getting my surroundings straight, getting to know my way around. And then the former president and a couple of other members and some people that were in school along the same time when I was, they invited me to an event that the alumni chapter was having. And I showed up, knew a lot of people there because obviously, everybody's a Tuskegee alum. They embraced me, much like Tuskegee alum would do for anybody anywhere in the world. And from there, just kind of, grew to where I was asked to, kind of help with volunteer with one thing. And another thing led to another thing. And eventually the former president decided that they were going to, step back and do some other things in life. And we're proud of her for going to get another degree and all of those things. And so she asked me to step in and everybody was receptive to it. I was reluctant, but then I accepted. And now it's been about, like I said, 3 or 4 years, and I couldn't be happier. And now I embrace it as something that I guess kind of like one of those divine callings where I'm supposed to be in this position. So the best I can do is embrace it and do all I can to do to make this, to make this chapter better.
So out of that chapter, kind of what's the focus Metro New York chapter in terms of what it is that you all do? I know all of it's in concord with Tuskegee overall in terms of your help there, but just as a point of articulation, let's talk a little bit about that.
I think for us, our real focus is increasing recruiting and exposure for HBCUs and most importantly, Tuskegee in the Northeast, because everyone, if you don't know, you won't know that majority of our HBCUs are going to start in the Virginia area on down. Most of them are located in the South. And so lately here in the New York area and Jersey, Connecticut, the tri-state area has been a very heavy push to expose the kids to HBCUs. So we do a lot of collaborative work and partnerships with other HBCUs on different organizations that are doing their best to expose students all the way down to the elementary level to HBCUs in general, since they don't get to see it, much like some of the kids that, are growing up in Atlanta or growing up in, in Montgomery or places in Florida where we see the HBCU culture constantly on display. They don't get the chance to see that here. So I think that's really our focus, is to basically be the shining light on the HBCU culture for people in the Tri-State area who don't get a chance to see it on the regular.
You're also first vice president for the region that includes the Metro New York and the areas in that part of the region. Let's talk a little bit about that. That's kind of an added level to what you do at the New York Metro level in terms of your responsibilities or your commitment to Tuskegee.
Yeah, so as the first VP for the Northeast region, I assist the regional director, Ms. Barbara Cleveland, with right now we're actually planning our regional biennial conference, which will be next year in July in Philly, July 24th to 27th in Philadelphia. And then also helping and assisting other chapters that we have in the Northeast region with doing what just what I said with what we're doing here in the New York area is exposing everybody in the surrounding areas to HBCUs and most importantly the Tuskegee way. So I think that's really by being put in that position, it just helped me to gain a little bit more insight on how the inner workings of the alumni chapter goes nationally, not just locally, and then being able to collaborate with other regions, other chapters across the nation. I'm always in conversation with the LA club, the Atlanta clubs. So I think that's one of the things, and also being somewhat in the middle of the alumni age ranges. We've got we have this thing, old Tuskegee and new Tuskegee, but at this point now, I'm a little bit removed. I'm a little bit in the middle of both, but I'm familiar with both. Like I said, I grew up and born and raised in Tuskegee, so I know, graduates of Tuskegee Institute. I know graduates of Tuskegee University, and I know, people that have graduated within the past 5 to 6 years. So I think being able to be in that centerpiece and being able to bring both groups together is what I think is kind of essentially what my task, and people in my same age bracket, that's kind of our place now, is to kind of bridge it to where the younger alums and the older alums, we find that common ground to make sure that we get the word out about Mother Tuskegee across the nation.
TSN really got to know you, if you will, right around homecoming, right around the start of the football season with our initiative with the Golden Tiger Sports Network. It just become an ambassador of Tuskegee brand, and just got to really see some of the things that you were doing from afar, and just the embrace that you showed to us in terms of the network and our coverage of Tuskegee football in particular was just so outstanding on the front end. And really right around homecoming, when you were really focusing in on the event that you put together at homecoming. I don't want to miss this opportunity to, one, thank you for what you were doing at homecoming, but to let you share a little bit about the whole element you were talking about, all of being kind of a piece that blends the old, new Tuskegee, the art for.
Back live here inside Chappie James Arena. Golden Tigers at the break lead at 30-28 over the Yellow Jackets of Allen University. Take a look at some of the numbers from this first half of play. Allen from the free throw line at 85%. Tuskegee just behind at 70%. One of the areas of concern in that first half, you're talking about the pace of the ball game, Mark, in that first half. 12 turnovers for Tuskegee, 7 for the Yellow Jackets.
Credit Allen for mixing up their defensive coverages well enough to confuse Tuskegee in the half-court offense, giving trouble to Tuskegee even before they are able to cross the half-court line. 12 turnovers for the Golden Lady Tigers.
Tuskegee running their battle from the floor at 44% shooting compared to 32% for the Yellow Jackets of Allen. Get set for second half action on Golden Tigers Sports Network. Charles Ward, Mark Lassiter here inside Chappie James. Final ball game of the season for the Golden Tigers before the Christmas break, and right out of the timeout on the floor, Johnson with a field goal for the Yellow Jackets. Right side, Hughley, bounce pass across the floor to Mackin. Good transition basket there. Another assist by Hughley. Mackin got the lay in.
LaDeja Hughley with a great assist off the pass. Good look inside for the open layup.
Inside pass now on a reverse lay-in. That shot is off the mark. That was Jambor inside, not able to finish for the Yellow Jackets. Bolin, Hughley for three. LaDeja left it on the front of the iron.
Tuskegee got what they wanted. An excellent look off the break to the corner. The open look, just weren't able to complete it.
Look at that transition for the yellow Golden Tigers of Tuskegee. This is how you run the floor, like you said, Mark. Limited passes, bounce pass across the floor. Mackin there with a finish. 9:13 left in this third period of play now. Jambor with it in the corner. Slides in the paint, pushes down in the corner. Taking our eye off it was Clay. And that one out of bounds over to the Golden Tigers.
Ebony Clay was thinking, I had an open look, wide open. Just didn't complete the catch on the pass before she attempted the shot.
Tuskegee by 2 and the basketball. Bolin across the timeline. Left corner to Hughley. Now she'll push and slip down on the surface, but Bolin there to try to collect it for Tuskegee. Got it back to LaDeja. Mackin inside the paint. And a blocking foul on the inside. If that's Wesley, that's her third. And that is on her.
Talia Wesley made contact, took a seat. Triple coverage by Allen, as you can see. Her complaining on that last call. She's helped back up.
And that's her third personal. Good news for the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee. Want to try to get Wesley off the floor. She leads them from the floor shooting with 15.4 points per ball game and at the rim at 8.1 rebounds per outing. So we'll see if Coach Jones pulls her to the bench to sit her down.
It's interesting when you watch players during pregame, Charles, watching Wesley. She was struggling with her shot. At one point, she just took a seat on the bench before the game started. She felt that she wasn't on so far this afternoon. She really hasn't been leading on offense as she's been predicted to.
Wesley handling it in the half-court set now for the Yellow Jackets. Tuskegee has gone to a zone. Clay with the jumper from out front, missed on his shot, but Tambor there with the rebound. Put back left side, hit the cylinder with that one. Now Wesley right side on Manuel and got it to fall.
Wesley took contact, had enough strength and balance to make that last conversion on the layup.
So Tuskegee by a point now with 8:10 remaining in the third. Trying to get it inside to Jasmine. She squares on Jambor. Jasmine across the paint, right side to the cylinder, and she drew a foul. So Jasmine will be going to the line for Tuskegee. So Jambor from Evanston, Illinois picks up that foul. That's her first. And Jasmine to the line to shoot for Tuskegee.
If coaches like to instruct their post players on defense, keep your hands up, but keep your feet moving. That time, Allen had their hands up. Feet were just a little bit slow to the point of contact. Tuskegee gets to the line.
So Jasmine hits one of the free throws for Tuskegee to make it 34-32. Johnson for the Yellow Jackets. Lost her dribble. They try to dump it down low to Clay, but their feet are too far away and threw it out of bounds.
Wesley had the look she wanted, made the pass to Clay. It was just a bit off target as Clay was open to the right side of the rack.
So back the other way, Tuskegee with the basketball. Turnover number 9 for the Yellow Jackets. And Bolton comes into a half-court set now for Tuskegee. Brittany had it taken away by Johnson. 2-on-1 basketball now. Johnson right side jumper, back of the iron. So Brittany will run it down again and take it back the other way. 7:20 remains in the third. LaDeja lost her dribble. Out front to Jasmine. Jasmine hard push right side on Jambor. Jambor on the inside got a block. Mackin got the rebound. Samaya and a whistle down low.
When you describe the playing personality of certain squads, one thing you notice about Allen, they are very physical inside. They have two players that they can just pack the paint and push around bodies. That time, they got the contact from Tuskegee, take over on offense. A little bit of a discussion going on between the two officials inside. They've got the challenge on how to call this game between a very physical Allen team and a Tuskegee team that's trying to maneuver around it.
Jarvis Jester, Tony Carkerham, and Kira York, the officiating crew for the ball game. Jarvis, the lead official in the contest. Been around the SIAC for quite a while. Very seasoned referee. And half-court set with the Yellow Jackets handling the basketball. Right side, it's Clay. Bounce pass in the corner, Wesley. And a push in a half-court set.
So when you describe
Bumping
that,
foul there by Jim Boer. Sorry, Mark.
no problem. When you describe that offense for Allen, Danielle Bolton is 6'5".
Boland with it in the backcourt for Tuskegee. Brittany on a weave to Cantone. Alani with the left hand, slides left side. LaDeja, foul line extended. Work our way down to 13. Inside, Danielle, nice work on the inside by Danielle Bolton, the junior. Good space on the inside for the lay-in. And Boer, right side. Double dribble there. Turnover gives it back to Tuskegee.
Excellent defense by Shemaya Macklin of Tuskegee. Moving her feet, keeping her hands active, forcing that turnover. That's the defensive pressure Tuskegee needs, Charles, to make a dent in this offense by Allen.
6:20 remains in the third. Tuskegee with a 36-32 lead. Brittany Boland handles out front for TU. She'll work off of a screen by Samaya. Trying to get it inside. Danielle had it, just could not collect the basketball. Went right off of her left paw. And the Yellow Jackets back the other way. Clay out front. Entry pass. Harrington can't handle it. Here comes Hughley back the other way. Lead behind for Boland. Brittany to the rack left side, and she finishes for Tuskegee.
So 2 consecutive possessions for either team where the entry pass made it a little bit too hot to handle inside. 2 consecutive turnovers. Tuskegee converts, however.
Nice call on that. They both were real spicy. 38-32, TU leads, 5:26 remains. Wesley with it behind the arc. Jumper, she knocked it down for the Yellow Jackets.
Wesley makes the 3, claps her hands in excitement, knowing that she found the range on that last J.
He's got an even 10 for the Yellow Jackets with 5:06 remaining. Tuskegee leads by 3 with the basketball. Boland draws a double. She'll spin out of that right side. Nice ball fake. Boland to the rack. It won't stay. Mackin gives chase. It's tapped around and it'll belong to the Yellow Jackets.
Macklin made a nice move on the Euro step to clear space inside. Just wasn't able to finish.
4:53 remains. Tuskegee leads at 38-35. Timeout on the floor as we go to the break to take a look at some of that action on that half-court set for the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee.
It's all about the footwork. Watch the footwork by Macklin as she gets inside with the scoop, but didn't get the hoop.
Missed on the shot. But we're not going to miss any basketball. We'll take a break and come back with more here from Chappie James on GTSN.
Hey, are you fixing the power?
Yep, you can get the lights back on.
Yeah. My power went out and I have to start level 14 all over again in our game. Yeah, why didn't mine go out?
Well, we have this technology that can stop an outage in its tracks.
Why?
So less people will be affected during the outage.
Why?
So you can make the level 15?
Come on, Brian. Let's go to your house and keep playing.
Good luck, guys.
.453 remains here in the third period. Tuskegee in a battle with the #1 team out of the east of the SIAC, the Yellow Jackets of Allen University. Tuskegee 38, Allen 35. Yellow Jackets half-court set. Wesley on the floor playing with the 3 personals. They work it back up top. It's Tuskegee. Shows that 2-3 zone. Wesley trying to shoot him out of it, but missed on that jumper from out front. Alexandria Johnson back on the floor. She got the rebound. Whistles on the inside. think they're going to call that on Juju Harrington. No, instead it's going to be called on Casey Smith. 4:29 remains as you take a look at the half-court set.
Physical inside. Watch Tuskegee trying to clear space. A little bit of an elbow, a little high on that last call.
So the basketball belongs to Tuskegee on the entry pass. There's Danielle inside, and Bolton got another lay-in.
That's what it's known as, that chicken wing on the playground. You get that wing a little high, you're going to get that foul call.
Got that call. I think they called it on Claiborne on that play, and finishing it up was Bolton on the inside. Tie up on the inside. Smith across the floor. Clay, she can't convert. Mackin had a hand on it. She couldn't hold it. Now it's loose on the floor. Trickles away, and a lay-in as a result by Ebony Clay, left side.
That had the feel of a rugby scrum. About 3 players had a hand on that ball inside. Fortunate there wasn't a 3-second call.
Tuskegee leads by 3 with 3:48 remaining. Hughley out front. Cross dribble left side. Ebony Clay defensively for the Yellow Jackets. Here comes Hughley right side. Lead behind. Danielle with the left shot on the left side. Missed on the shot. Cantone with a steal at the midcourt now for Tuskegee. They'll come back on the half-court set.
Danielle Bolton trying to repost inside for Tuskegee.
Cantone out front now. 3:20 left, third period. On the turn, Samaya. Back over to LaDeja. LaDeja slides it in the paint. Runner to the glass. Missed on the shot. Rebound controlled by the Yellow Jackets. And aggressive play in the backcourt by Tuskegee. And they'll get Bolton for the personal in the backcourt.
So the matchup of the bigs inside, Charles, for Tuskegee, Danielle Bolton against Allen's Taylin Claiborne. Claiborne is 6'3", and she's wide.
3:01 left in the third. Morgan Smith across the floor in traffic. Mackin took it away for Tuskegee. Good defensive work by Samaya. Back to Cantone, and here comes Tuskegee. Kalani right side, waits on the rest of the troops. Across the floor to Hughley. Hughley inside, lost the dribble. Mackin out front for 3. Bingo for Mackin. I'll give her 2 on that one, just inside the line, but she got the field goal for Tuskegee.
Hughley off the dribble, got inside. Made the pass to the open woman.
And here she is on the defensive end with a steal. Back the other way. Hughley to the rack. A little bit out of control there. And lost it over to the Yellow Jackets on the missed shot at the cylinder.
Hughley's at her best when she's not looking for her shot.
Sprinter by Wesley is good. She just knows her way around the basketball floor. Mackin picks up the foul. That'll send Wesley to the line for a 3-point possibility here as Manuel and Sine Bobbitt make it back out on the floor now for head coach Ciante Wester.
Bobbitt is going to see if she has better success matching up with Juju Harrington of Allen.
Wesley converts the free throw. Already at her season average with 16 after the free throw. Alexandria Johnson out front for Tuskegee across the floor to Hughley. We're under 2 minutes left in the third. Men's action to follow here on GTSN. Hughley right side for Tuskegee, lead behind Bobbitt. Bobbitt for 3. Got a good look. She can hit that shot all day, just missed it on the range there. Johnson in the corner to Wesley. Wesley floats a 3-pointer. She missed there. Jasmine, how about the square out by her for Tuskegee? Alexandria back the other way. 2-on-2 basketball now. Alexandria, Euro step, banked it, missed it left side.
You can tell which players are able to handle with their head up and those that need to look at the ball as they're dribbling. Sometimes you can see the Tuskegee guards just a little bit out of control. They're not able to see the open woman because they're too busy focused with their head down looking at the basketball.
Sure. Right, make the difference between the true point guards and the rest of the players, because the true point guards are head up all the time.
True point guard has that thing on a string with their head up.
No doubt. 1:18 left in the third. Tuskegee up by a field goal. Boland back out on the floor for TU. She handles the basketball. Ebony Clay's been aggressive defensively all game long. Boland left side banked it. Boy, that one didn't stay down for a good stop and pop on that. Just didn't get the finish. Senior Myra Johnson with it for the Yellow Jackets. Circles the paint and back out front. Entry pass at the block. Now down to Wesley. Leans in, missed on the shot. Jasmine collects the errant shot on the other side of the cylinder.
Sometimes you got to make the extra pass, Charles. You get inside, you got the double team. You got to get it back out instead of trying to force it under pressure.
30 seconds left in the third. Boland up top. Gives it to Bobbitt. Right side, Cantone. 10 to shoot now for Tuskegee. Alani head fakes on the push. In the corner. Boland, jumper. Good look. Couldn't finish it in that left-hand corner. Back up on the other end of the floor. This is Clay. Clay reverse lay in left side. Missed on his shot. Harrington missed on her putback. Now it's taken away by Wesley. She'll have to go airborne quickly here. Got it there. Does not get that one to fall. Hectic pace here, last couple of seconds of the third. Tuskegee comes out of the third period, still leading it 42-40 over the Yellow Jackets of Allen University.
Seems that both teams are able to play at the pace they want. They're just not able to make that extra pass for the open shot. There are too many shots being taken under pressure into the double team, and that's why it appears to be a little bit more helter-skelter than you'd like to expect.
Let's take a look at some of the stats finishing up that third period of play. Tuskegee from the floor at 40%, 16 of 40, 33% shooting for Allen at 15 of 45.
Give credit to Tuskegee picking up their defense. Notice the turnovers piling up for Allen as Tuskegee was at a deficit at halftime. Now they're in the lead. Only 15 turnovers to Allen's 17.
Wind Creek Casino Montgomery fast break points for Tuskegee that got 10 on the fly here in this basketball game. 9 on the break for the Yellow Jackets.
And if Tuskegee, Charles, is going to be running the break, they've got to be thinking about, okay, let's make the pass, but let's make the extra pass to get open looks inside as opposed to looks against a double team.
Set to start the fourth period here. Charles Ward alongside Mark Lassiter. As Tuskegee leads it by 2, headed into the fourth. Golden Tigers trying to get their first conference win. They're 3-7 overall. Lost a heartbreaker on Thursday against the Lady Tigers of Benedict College at the buzzer. And trying to see if they can't get a conference win before the front half of the season closes with the Christmas break coming. Right now they lead the #1 team in the West, or the East that is, the Yellow Jackets of Allen University. Boland, hard push to start things off here in the fourth. Whistles, tie up there.
Physical on the outside as the two guards are having a discussion.
Alexandria Johnson and Ebony Clay. Clay picks up the personal.
Clay had the defense from the back. Guard for Tuskegee, Johnson, didn't take too kindly to that extra physical nature of the D.
Across the floor, Cantone, bounce pass inside Jasmine. Tried to dump it down in the corner to Johnson. Partially deflected and out of bounds.
That was a good look. That was the extra pass that needed to be made as she catches on the double team.
Nice call. Johnson out front, Boland, 9 to shoot for Tuskegee. Entry pass, Jasmine's got to go to work this time. Jasmine left side with the left hand, and she finishes for Tuskegee.
Just barged her way inside the paint, inside the shot line. Nice layup, Tuskegee up by 4.
Half court set for Allen. They try to dump it inside. Now in the corner, Clay with it. Now Wesley handles. Nice cross dribble by her to the rack. Banked it, shot it too hard. Boland runs it down, but Brittany is fouled in the backcourt.
Talia Wesley did an excellent job of getting inside off the dribble, just wasn't able to convert.
Look at that half-court set there. Jasmine, knowing what was left on that clock, just went to work on the inside, muscled her way and got the left-hand lay-in.
Once she made that spin move, got her balance weight going straight up, it's an easy left-handed layup for her.
Tuskegee with a 4-point lead and the basketball with 8:57 left in the ballgame.
You know what you notice, Charles, is players that are able to make the shots on balance as opposed to off balance and out of control.
Cantone slides top of the key, 12 to shoot now. Cantone to Bobbitt, now over to Alexandria. Hard push by Alexandria on the inside, wanted a whistle, didn't get one. Wesley got the basketball. Yellow Jackets back the other way. Myra Johnson, left side. On Cantone, lost her dribble, has to push it back out front, now to Smith. 10 to shoot for Allen. Clay, Smith, jumper, good. So she got the field goal, Smith did. That's her first field goal of the ball game. Cuts the deficit to 2. Tuskegee with the basketball and the lead. Give inside to Sine. She's tied up on the inside. Good defensive work by Wesley playing with the 3 fouls. She tied it up. The arrow will give it to Allen.
As she made the catch, she was just a little bit out of control, spinning towards the rack. The Allen defender got a hand on the ball. They take possession.
Chance for them to tie the ball game up at 44. Tuskegee in his own defense now. Sliding through and inside the paint. They throw the basketball away. Boland picks it up for Tuskegee. Brittany left side now. And she'll pull back out front. 7:33 left in the contest. Boland cross dribble. Head fake, jumper, foul line. Left it at the front of the center. They're leaning back instead of forward, but Jasmine got a rebound. Tuskegee a fresh 20. Cantone slides in the paint. Bobbitt in the corner. Samane knocks down a jumper in the left corner.
I'm surprised Boland didn't get caught that time. Seemed to be a little contact as she was going towards the free throw line, but as it was, made the pass to the corner for the open jumper.
So Tuskegee back up by 4 now, 46-42. Under 7 remains.
Note the pace slowing down just a bit on both ends.
Smith with it in the paint. Missed on a running shot there inside. Bobbitt with the rebound for Tuskegee. Sine just threw the basketball away. Trying to get it to Alexandria in front of the Yellow Jacket bench. And a needless hurried pass there from Bobbitt.
That was an impatience turnover, Charles, as there were 3 Tuskegee offensive players back, only 2 Allen defenders, but those 2 defenders threw the balance of that last playoff.
Half court set, good strong move by Johnson. Inside the paint, jumper there is off the mark by Smith. Rebound Alexandria Johnson for Tuskegee, and a foul in the back court.
Alexandria Johnson with a nice crossover dribble to pick up the foul call against Allen.
They call that foul on Smith. That's her 3rd.
So it's a very subtle change of direction, but it was effective.
Yeah. So Tuskegee will have it in the back court after the foul by Smith. Boland now in the back court. Mackin coming out to set a screen. Brittany left side. Now to Alexandria Johnson at the block, Samaya. Samaya, nice move on the inside, and she drew a foul. Smith again, that's her 4th.
Like what Shamaya Macklin did on the spin move, got space, but just overshot it. She had so much momentum coming off the spin, had to get back under control to make that conversion.
Let's take a look at it in that half-court set. You'll see the move that she made on the inside for Tuskegee to get that space. I think she was just surprised that she was so wide open after she made the move on the inside.
Sometimes it'll catch you like that, especially given how much contact there's been inside.
All
You're almost
along, right?
expecting the contact to come, and when it's not there, it's like the old having the chair pulled out from under you trick.
Mackin from the line, she missed on the first. And she has one more coming. Mackin 1 of 2 from the line. 47-42, Tuskegee with the lead after the 1 free throw from Samaya. Top of the key, jumper there by Johnson. And Myra Johnson just makes it look so easy out front for the Yellow Jackets.
That is a pure jumper, on balance, great form on the shot.
Alexandria, left side. That's top to Bolin now. Tuskegee with a 47-44 lead. Bounce pass at the block. Danielle Bolton with the left hand. Left that one short. Jambor with the rebound now for Allen. Wesley out front. We're down to 5:12 remaining. Jambor fires a three. Back of the iron. Basketball's loose on the floor. Yellow Jackets run it down, but they throw it out of bounds. Good save there at the sideline by Wesley. And a whistle down low.
Made an excellent call on that because that ball looked like it was sailing into the Allen bench, but saved at the last moment. A lot of times, fans and coaches overlook the value of deflections. That ball was deflected, but saved by Allen. They maintained possession.
Yeah, got a foul on the inside as a result, and they will be at the line. They'll do it after this timeout. Media timeout here inside Chappie James. Tuskegee with a 47-44 lead over the number one team in the East, the Yellow Jackets of Allen University. Timeout here on GTSN.
Tuskegee University, and this is the Golden Tiger Sports Network.
Hey, are you fixing the power?
Yep, I'm gonna get the lights back on.
Yeah. My power went out and I have to start level 14 all over again in our game. Yeah, why didn't mine go out?
Well, we have this technology that can stop an outage in its tracks.
Why?
So less people will be affected during the outage.
Why?
So you can make the level 15?
Come on, Brian. Let's go to your house and keep playing.
Good luck, guys.
Back live here inside Chappie James. Tuskegee leading at 47-44. 5 minutes remaining against the Yellow Jackets of Allen University.
Charles, this is my first visit to Chappie James Arena. I like this arena. It's a nice layout. When was this built? Was this about 80s, 90s? What would you say?
No, definitely not the 90s. I think it's probably more 80s for sure.
Okay. But no, I look forward to doing games in January when this place is packed.
Indeed.
It matches quite an environment.
Yeah, it has its own environment. It's akin to the Shed with Tuskegee football.
Oh.
Chappie James has a real nice environment when the students are back and just full-throated.
Well, if it's anything like the Shed, I want to be back. The Shed rocks.
You're doing well on your audition today, so you'll probably be back in January.
I'm going to have to get another application in.
Missed at the free throw line. We got 1 of 2 from the line. Tuskegee with the basketball now. Bolin inside, left side. Trying to push it back out front. Got it to Hughley. 10 to shoot now for Tuskegee. Cantone behind the arc, right side. Got some space, got the jumper off. Missed everything there. The rebound cleared by Morgan Smith. And they'll run it out the floor to Ebony. She'll try to run it down, but Ebony Clay can't get there before it goes out of bounds. Back over to TU.
Both teams a little bit out of control. Cantone for Tuskegee. You could tell she wanted that last shot as she was making the catch. She had nothing in mind but looking at the rim and trying to make that shot. Didn't make it. Allen turns it over, trying to go for the fast break off the miss.
And here comes Bolin and Tuskegee. They lead by 2. 4:15 remains. Brittany all the way through. Bounce pass to Bolton. Now across the floor, this is Hughley with the basketball. 9 to shoot. Cantone, cross dribble left side. Head fake, good job there. Turns on the jumper, missed on the shot though. Rebound taken away by Bolton, and Tuskegee with a fresh 30. After the good work there defensively after missing the shot.
Tuskegee's got to be thinking less one-on-one play into the double and see if they can find the open player because there's got to be a mismatch. They're just not finding it.
Cantone on the lead behind for LaDeja. LaDeja in the paint. Over to Bolton.
Make the pass.
Brittany Bolin with the basketball, 6 to shoot. Brittany got to get it airborne. Turns with the jumper. Not enough ump on that. And the shot clock violation gives it to Allen.
Credit the defensive Allen because they're doing an excellent job of moving their feet, just confusing Tuskegee, preventing them from getting their offense in sync where they're able to swing the ball to the opposite side of the floor. They're pinning them to one side, and as a result, they're getting these easy turnovers.
3:15 left in the ball game now. Tuskegee with a 47-45 lead. Running jumper there by Smith is off the mark, or a correction on that. It was Johnson with the jumper and a whistle there in the back court. Tuskegee had it, but they lost it.
Complaining to the officials, thinking that it was off Tuskegee on the baseline.
Yeah, we'll stay with Tuskegee. They do keep it. Full court pressure by Allen, though. 2-point lead for Tuskegee. Hughley across the timeline. As we go under 3 minutes left with Boland handling out front. Clay guarding Brittany. 7 seconds. Smith out front with the jumper, missed on the shot. Rebound though, there's Bolton again on the inside. And Danielle Bolton is really doing an outstanding job for Tuskegee on the inside.
Tremendous rebound by Bolt. She's surrounded by 3 other players, just able to get her hands on the ball and maintain possession. She'll now go to the free throw line for these shots. These are going to be important down the stretch.
2:37 remains. Bolton got that first free throw. So Bolton for the second of 2:37 left. Bolton got them both from the line for Tuskegee. 49-45, Tuskegee with the lead. Allen with the basketball. 2:25 left. Hughley almost coming away with a steal there for Tuskegee. Johnson crossed the double. Cantone almost came away with a steal.
Two consecutive tremendous plays. First by Hughley, then by Cantone on defense for the Golden Lady Tigers.
Forcing the timeout by the Yellow Jackets with 2:19 remaining. They were in jeopardy of coughing that basketball up. 49-45 TU leads. We'll take a break here on GTSN.
Hey, are you fixing the power?
Yep, we'll get the lights back on.
Yeah. My power went out and I have to start level 14 all over again in our game. Yeah, why didn't mine go out?
Well, we have this technology that can stop an outage in its tracks.
Why?
So less people will be affected during the outage.
Why?
So you can make the level 15?
Come on, Brian. Let's go to your house and keep playing.
Good luck, guys.
Back live here inside Chappie James. 2:19 remains. Tuskegee trying to get the first conference win of the season, leading it by 4 over a team that's 3-1 in SIAC play and the #1 seed in the East at this point in the season, the Yellow Jackets of Allen University. Wesley inbounds it for Allen. Johnson bumped up top. Jambor on the weave. Wesley handles. Jumper right side, missed on the shot. Jambor got a rebound, but not able to get the putback up before the shot clock violation.
Excellent defense by Tuskegee. Now, Charles, you know what this game is going to come down to, given the physical nature. Free throws.
Free throws, yeah, no doubt about it. 2:06 remains. Tuskegee got to get the ball in play. I think Coach Wester was trying to get a timeout before the violation. Jarvis Jester standing right next to her, and I don't think he heard her.
Tuskegee just uncertain what they were trying to do on the out-of-bounds play.
Jambor missed on a shot. Johnson got a rebound. She's fouled, and she will be going to the line for the Yellow Jackets.
I would imagine that both teams are going to try to get as many shots up inside the paint as possible and hopefully get the call from the officials so they can go to the line.
Johnson's perfect from the line for the Yellow Jackets, 2 of 2, got the first one here. Both there. She's got 9 in the ball game. Those free throws big there. Cuts it to a 2-point deficit. Tuskegee with the basketball. Less than 2 minutes remains. Boland across the timeline now for Tuskegee. Clay guarding Whitney. Right side, Cantone with the basketball. Hard push at the block. 9 to shoot. Cantone still circling the paint. Back to Hughley now. She'll push right side to the glass. Hughley got a whistle as well. She knows how big that was.
Got the whistle, but landed awkwardly. She's still down on the court. Watch the contact and watch the landing, which is really difficult for Tuskegee. Fortunately, she's back up. But that had me holding my breath for a second as she makes the layup, but landed without being able to brace herself.
Hughley at the line. She'll brace herself here for a big free throw here. Yeah, she got it from the line as well. 3-point play the hard way for Hughley. 52-47, Tuskegee leads. 1:33 remains.
Hughley was wincing as she was backpedaling on defense.
Half-court set. Johnson with the basketball now. Lost her dribble. Pushes back to Jambor. She'll turn, foul on extended, softly with the jumper, and Jambor knocks that down. 52-49, Hughley dribbling right into a double right here at the sideline, and Coach Wester taking a timeout. She's seen this play before.
She saw that double coming and made the call.
Sure. 1:11 remaining in the basketball game. Tuskegee leading at 52-49. Against a team that's coming in with a lot of wind under their sails. They've won their last 2 ball games. Tuskegee trying to break that 4-game losing skid and really take some confidence into the Christmas break.
You know, we're just coming off the Thanksgiving holiday. If the coaches and players have anything to say, if the players have anything to say going to the sideline, is thank you, Coach, for calling that timeout.
Sure. You've seen this throughout the season for Tuskegee. When teams press them this part of the ball game, this late in the ball game, Tuskegee has been subject to a lot of pressure and fallen up under some of that pressure, and as a result, not able to close on games that they should have been able to close on. That's one of the things that Coach Wester was talking about in the pregame, was that they have got to finish ball games.
Well, the intelligent thing that Allen did on defense on that last timeout is that they got the double team right in front of our table where you're near the half-court line, so they effectively cut off 3/4 of the court for Tuskegee. So they got the double at the right spot. Unfortunately, Tuskegee was able to call timeout.
Half-court set. Tuskegee with it now. 1 minute, 8 seconds left in the ball game. Leading at 52-49. Big trip this half-court set. Tuskegee could definitely use a basket here. Cantone, left side. Hard push by Helani. Wesley guarding her with 3. 6 to shoot now. Cantone, left side. Got to get it airborne. Turns with the jumper. Missed on the shot. Shot clock out. Now they say they got a crease on that. Boland got a rebound. She snuck in and got a rebound.
Did that hit the rim?
From their vantage point, they're saying that it may have creased.
Did
That
that
has to
hit
be the call.
rim?
Yeah.
The official, you can see the coach for Allen up.
Yeah, it was real close there on the inside. The jumper by Cantone.
No, I'm not an
He
official. I
said
don't
Jarvis
play one on
Jester
television.
saying that it hit the backboard and the rim. So he made the call, the lead official, with 41 seconds left. You make the call, you got to stay with it.
Go with the bit. That was close.
Cantone at the line now. Chance for Tuskegee to get a little bit of breathing room with some free throws. And Lonnie can't convert on the first.
Cantone, we've seen on a couple of occasions, seemed apparently to lose track of the shot clock as that last hoist was really forced and off target by quite a bit, as you could tell on that last shot, Charles.
Cantone, 1 of 2 from the line there. Got that second free throw to make it 53-49. Timeout on the floor. Tuskegee leading it with 41 seconds left. Yeah, that question of call there about that one hitting the rim, and Jester was right on top of it. Jarvis said it hit the backboard and the rim on its way down. So Tuskegee able to get that rebound. Boland collected it, got it into the hands of Helani, and she was fouled. Got the 1 point from the line.
So if you're Tuskegee on defense, this is an excellent point in the game to play defense with your feet, not with your hands.
Sure. You got enough spread here. You want to make them work that clock and force them into a long offensive set in this half court, because you can't beat you on this trip down the floor, not unless you give up a three-pointer. They make it and they foul. Everything in your favor in this part of the ball game. You said you want to get square low on defense and force them to burn clock. Instead, Clay fires a three-pointer right away. Missed on the shot. Mackin lets it run out of bounds, and the basketball will belong to the Golden Tigers.
Ebony Clay had an open look from the left side, just a little bit long with that last shot. 35.6 seconds remaining in this ball game. Tuskegee up by 4 points.
Golden Tigers. Similar situation to Thursday's ball game when they lost to Benedict right there with the buzzer shot at the end. But here, a little bit better spacing with the 4-point lead with just 35 seconds left.
What did Benedict hit at the end? Was it a 2 or a 3?
The shot?
Yes.
It was a three-pointer.
It was a three-pointer, okay.
Yeah, they had our Taylor Christmas out front, the lead player for them, and Chris was able to turn and get a jumper outside the arc to knock it down and win it for Benedict. So Tuskegee now. Cantone to inbound it. Brittany trying to push out front. They dump it on the inside. Now back to Hughley. She'll take it up top of the key. And Clay with a quick foul there by the Yellow Jackets. You know, the instruction from Coach Jones at the sideline was see if we can't get a turnover. If not, let's put them on the line.
I haven't given out any gold stars since football season, but I'm going to give a gold star to Brittany Boland for that pass back out of the post under pressure, sending the player to the free throw line.
Nice call. I can go with that. That was really a game saver there when she kept focus, followed in on that shot, although there were people concerned about whether it hit the rim, but she was able to stay focused, go in and get it and push it back out. Now, Hughley at the line can surely ice. He missed on the first free throw. Need at least one of these. And she missed them both from the line. Timeout taken by Coach Jones and the Yellow Jackets of Allen University. So Tuskegee doing all it can to keep the Yellow Jackets into the ball game because they're not finishing at the free throw line.
The impatience of youth. It seemed that she rushed both of those free throws as opposed to getting composed, taking her time, especially on that second shot. It was more off target than the first. Sometimes you have to take a deep breath, collect yourself, and just say, okay, block out everything else and just make the shot. But not making either one, it's bad news for Tuskegee.
Yeah, and that's the kind of thing Coach Wester's been talking about the last few ball games since they've hit this skid, is that they have just not been able to collectively finish a contest. And finishing to a large degree means finishing at that free throw line as well. So 30 seconds left. Yellow Jackets will have it in a half-court set after taking the timeout. Again, Tuskegee up by 4, so solid defense is the answer here. Clay inbounds it, got it to Johnson. Johnson looking for something on the left side. Now up top to Wesley. Wesley fires a three-pointer, missed on the shot. Look at the square off by Boland at the block for Tuskegee. Mackin able to slide in there and get the rebound, but she's able to do that because Brittany Boland squared out just textbook-wise, got some space in there and just let that basketball bounce to the floor. And that's what you can do when you square things out roundly. That's what she did.
Credit to Shemaya Macklin, getting her hands on the ball, not trying to do anything with it, just holding it in the backcourt, expecting to feel contact. Now she'll go to the free throw line to hopefully ice this game for the Lady Golden Tigers.
Mackin calmly sinks that first free throw. That may be the space that they needed there. 54-49 now. And Samaya with one more coming. The junior from Columbus, Georgia. Cox Ames fires and got them both from the line. Full court pressure now as Johnson comes across the timeline. She will cross dribble, leaves it behind for Jambour with the jumper, spinners off the mark. Boland had a hand on it, couldn't finish. Now she'll get arms around it, and she's at the baseline, and that'll do it. Tuskegee has defeated the #1 team in the East in the SIAC in a gutsy performance here at Chappie James. Golden Tigers win it 55-49 in a ball game which will represent their first conference win of the season and give them some serious momentum as they look toward the Christmas break over a team that came in at 7-3.
Credit Tuskegee's Golden Lady Tigers for turning up the defense in the second half, putting the pressure on Allen, forcing them into the turnovers that they suffered from in the first half, putting up a huge victory.
Golden Tigers celebrate at the midcourt, breaking that 4-game losing skid with a win over the Yellow Jackets of Allen University, and that will bode well for them at the break. So Tuskegee will take its mark now to 4-7 overall, and they will get their first conference win of the season. They'll be at 1-3 in conference play. For the Yellow Jackets, they fall to 7-4. And on this Saturday afternoon, they take a loss, and their conference mark now at 3-2. We will take a break here on the Golden Tigers Sports Network, get you caught up and get set for men's basketball to follow here as the Golden Tigers of Tuskegee get set to host the Yellow Jackets on the men's side. Stay with us on GTSN.